to talk about on the reasons why we feel we should have a clinic. Mfangano Highlands is a very big area. It has a population of 37,000 people, of which 13,000 resides in Wakinga community. This area of Wakinga has no health facility, the closest being over 20 kilometers in either direction, even by boat or motorbike. It is still a great distance. Despite the distance, those in need of health care flock to the few existing facilities on Mfangano Island, which create a hell of work for the few healthcare workers on the island. Sick people line up for 5 to 6 hours on direct sunlight, waiting for treatment. My own family has been amongst those who could have benefited from a health center closer or within Wakinga community. My dream of putting up a community health facility came into my mind when I faced two very serious problems. The first instance was when my own son was sick. It was late in the evening during a big rainstorm. Our dirt road was impassable. We were able to engage the only motorbike around to carry my sick boy and myself to the existing clinic, which was barely up to standard, but was our only option at that time. Because of the rains and the condition of our roads, it took us almost 6 hours to go a 20 kilometers distance to reach the clinic. My son almost died on the way, but we thank God who was on our side. We reached when he was still breathing. The second incident was when my brother's wife was giving birth. She could not walk. The child was ready to come out, but was coming out breech. We did not know what to do for her first aid. It was midnight, in the midnight. There were no means of transportation. We only landed on a small canoe with only 3 pedals. We had to pedal this canoe for 6 hours again to reach the clinic. But now, with a very, very, very tired patient who could not talk and explain her problems. These two serious incidents in my own family caught my attention and forced me to come out strongly and advocate for the community clinic to help save lives of the less fortunate residents and the infants in the community. That is why I always say we need help to get at least a clinic to help the lives of these people. I would say God is on our side and God is listening to our problems as Wakinga community people. Up to now, we have gotten funds from 4 fundraisings, spearheaded by 4 different people. The first one we got from Daniel Shia from US. This is the match we used in buying all the materials for the first room, from the starting point to almost completion point. The second one we got from Tim from Germany. Tim's fund from his fundraising was used to buy a few medical equipments, and they are here with us. The third one we got from Hugo from France. Hugo's funds were used for buying glasses for our windows and doors, and the paint for the walls, both inside and outside, for our clinic. Now the last one we have gotten from Amber Chandu from US. Amber's funds are now used for buying all the materials that are needed for the second clinic. Already we have them here. We have the iron sheets, we have the square tubes, we have nails, a bit of it, and the technicians have started putting up the square tubes for the second room. Now, every single time we get a donation, the money goes direct towards the building process of the clinic. If we can get more donation from donors, volunteers, organizations, foundations, we will be able to build more and even get to the completion of the clinic. In summary, this is what we want for our clinic. What we wish is the financial support and also the material support to complete the remaining building and let the facility start serving the community. We are naturally isolated group from the rest of Kenyans. We are surrounded by Lake Victoria, with our only access to the mainland being by boat, water bus, or ferry, all of which are only accessible before a certain hour and when the lake is calm. When it is rough, it is impassable. Because of this, we are often unable to reach the necessary health services. This is why having a major clinic on Mfangano would help our community so much. Sagrema Foundation has more than enough land for the clinical project, around 6 acres and even more. So we are able to build more if necessary for as long as our lives are secured. We are ready to participate in the development of the clinic project if unskilled labor is needed and any other things that would be required from us. We only ask for support to help us finish our community clinic. We want a major donor from either an individual or a group of people forming up a board, or an organization, or a foundation to collaborate with in improving, developing, and running the clinical project. That is our request. To talk about our organization briefly, Sagrema Foundation is a non-profit community-based organization. It is operating alongside the community and initiating development projects. Our mission is to empower and further sustainable developments through education and quality healthcare. Our vision is to create a sustainable future for Mfangano community. Sagrema Foundation was founded and expanded by myself, Samuel Ochieng Odoyo, alongside Grace Akinyi Ochieng and Marilyn Akinyi Ochieng. That was in the year 2016. The problems we seek to solve are unique and demands the coordination and focus of many stakeholders, donors, well-wishers, volunteers, and individuals with supportive spirit around the world. Our work actually is quite challenging, but we know we can get there. We cannot succeed alone, but together we can work towards a community where all can thrive. Finally, I would say I want to thank everyone. Those previous volunteers who have helped, like I mentioned them, I thank them abundantly. Those who are yet to come to help us, I also thank them in advance. This is my legacy to be left behind. It was a dream that came to me after getting the problems within the community and even in my family. I want it to succeed. I want my dream to succeed. And for this dream to succeed, I want help. Please help me make my dream succeed. Please help me help my community. Please help me help the needy, the less fortunate, the disadvantaged within our community. God bless you in advance. Having a community clinic is something very, very important to this community. When the Wakinga Community Health Center starts running, all people around will get healthcare services closer to their homes. Ailments that were not being treated early enough in the past because of the distance will now be treated early during a regular checkup. Expectant mothers will attend maternal clinic regularly and will be able to get medical services early enough. This will change the community's way of life in the community with a healthy population inside. The distance and lack of accessibility will no longer be a contributing factor in the deaths of our community members again. Our main promise to every doctor, every nurse, every donor, every volunteer, and anyone else coming to collaborate with us in this project and help serve the community will always have a place to stay on Mfangano. You will be accommodated perfectly. You will be welcomed in abundance. Everything you want, you will get. The community is very proud with such people. We welcome everybody who has a spirit of helping. Please, come one, come all. I would say my family is the luckiest. Many women have died on the way as they go to seek for health services, just because of the same distance. We are far from the existing clinics. That is the problem that we have around.